details about a gruesome attack. An 81-year-old man stabbed to death inside his own home.
Tonight we're learning that one of the people being questioned in the case has a very violent past. Fox 35's Holly Bristow investigates why he was out on the streets in the first place. Holly.
Well, Sonny, that is a question that 81-year-old Julia Gresham's family has been asking today. I did do an extensive search online of David Buchanan. It appears as though, even with his mental condition, the judge believed that he was not a suitable candidate for long-term inpatient therapy. All is quiet at this home on 3rd Street in unincorporated Orange County, a far cry from Saturday night when deputies were called to this home for a well-being check and walked into a crime scene where 81-year-old Julian Gresham was found stabbed to death inside. Investigators say Gresham's own daughter, 45-year-old Tessie Lynette Gresham, and her boyfriend, David Charles Buchanan, are persons of interest in the case. Yesterday, both were Baker acted for mental evaluations, and according to court records, Buchanan has a long history of mental illness and violence. According to court documents, police arrested Buchanan in 1994 for theft and robbery, again in 95 for robbery and aggravated battery, a third time in 2007 for going after a deputy with a knife at his mother's Winter Park home, at which point the deputy shot him. Then, 2 months later, police arrested Buchanan for attempted second-degree murder. In that case, deputies say Buchanan stabbed his mother 23 times in her bed, but he wasn't sent to jail. The judge found him not guilty by reason of insanity. I talked to criminal defense attorney and legal analyst Whitney Boan about winning an insanity defense.
It's not very common. It's a high standard. It's heavily monitored. In his case, even, he was civilly committed at least for, at a minimum, what appears to be a month or two.
It appears since then Buchanan has been an outpatient. But according to Buchanan's own sister, that wasn't enough. Twice she wrote letters to the judge saying that her brother was diagnosed with schizophrenia at 14. He hears voices saying outpatient therapy is not working, that Buchanan needs to be in a hospital, and that he's, quote, going to get killed or kill someone. There are several documented entries that are classified from psychiatrists, which Boan says a judge would take very seriously. But it appears as though the judge felt Buchanan was stable enough to live on his own while being required to take his prescribed meds and see his mental health specialists.
We don't know exactly everything that the court reviewed in making its decision, but it appears at least like the proper procedures were followed from what I can see in the court file.
Now, investigators say this is still a very active investigation. No arrests have been made yet. They'll certainly tell us when they are. One more thing you might find interesting, I looked up Tessie Gresham, one of the ones that's being held on a Baker Act, the victim's daughter, and I couldn't find anything more on her past, rather other than a traffic ticket, so it doesn't appear as though she has any kind of violent history. Reporting live in Orange County tonight, Holly Bristow, Fox 35 News.